going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Eat your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great night so far. Got a special guest.
Hello there! It's the one and only Gnome.
The one and only Gnome. He is the one and only Gnome. And he's about as tall as one. He's actually a little bit taller in person, but what are you, like 4'8"?
6 foot tall. No.
6 foot tall.
No, my real height or what I play myself as. I play myself as 6 inches tall. I'm actually 5'5".
That makes sense. Welcome, Gnome. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm glad to be here. Colin made me some killer cheeseburgers and French fries. So the fat kid ate good. And I love the citrus taste to it.
No, you didn't.
No, actually, I did. I liked it.
So this is Heather's fault. When Heather was here, she bought this seasoning at Trader Joe's that was a citrus garlic seasoning. And I grabbed it thinking it was just regular garlic. And the second I started shaking it in the meat, I smelled the citrus and I realized what I did. And I'm like, hey, man, just so you know, I already messed up the burgers. I already messed them up.
I actually liked it.
All right.
I liked it a lot.
How's everybody doing? NPC, good to see you. I see a lot of people here. Peter, Sashina, HCC, welcome. Jedi's here. Scaff. I saw Legal Fiction a second ago. Allie, good to see you. Deborah's here. Just trying to scroll through to say hi to people. Michelle Slide.
Hello, all my gnomies and gnomettes.
There we go. All right. You guys want to watch some Cord? I want to watch some Cord.
Rebecca Lynn. Cord. Yeah.
Welcome, Rebecca Lynn.
You know, it's a YouTube channel. We got to watch some Cord.
Yeah, I guess we kind of have to. We're starting out with Judge Garcia. Judge Garcia is in Texas. This is a weird one. And you're going to find out why. But all right. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
Remember, hit him or I'll come and bite you on the ankle.
That was him. That wasn't me. That was him.
This all goes in bubble bags. All right, come on up, Miss Swin and Mr. Richard. Deborah on this side?
Yes, sir.
And Richard on this side.
Just
Yeah,
Okay,
no
real quick before we get started, there's not gonna be no yelling, screaming, fighting, nothing like this.
No, I'm not blaming my inability to read labels on you. I'm blaming the fact that I own that spice on you. That's where I'm blaming you for. Because I thought it was the umami spice. Nope, was not the umami spice. It was garlic citrus. The bottles look the same.
Strangely enough, I actually really did like that slight citrus taste to it.
It wasn't bad, but no, it wasn't that good. It wasn't
Maybe
bad.
to you, I liked it.
All right. I mean, you're the guest, so I'm glad you liked it. And he got bacon on his burgers, which is a big no-no for me. No bacon on burgers.
I understand it's a family matter.
No, bacon takes over the flavor. That's why you didn't mind the citrus, because you had the bacon flavor taking over all the rest of the flavor.
Bacon on burgers ought to be law.
All right.
That should be the next constitutional amendment. Always.
Are your boots dry?
Huh?
Are your boots dry?
Yeah.
His boots are good.
Yeah, they dried out.
Big and raid incoming. All right, let's watch some Court. Let's watch some Court.
So tempers are gonna stay controlled. All right. So Miss Deborah, it is my understanding that Mr. Richard lives with you. It's your house, stays with you, lives with you. we're not going to get into technical terms, but has been residing at your house. Okay. He's gotten mail there. He's even got his license address named to there. Okay. He has filed this case that you have locked him out. Okay. I understand there's been police called. I understand that there's been an incident that occurred. Okay. And I understand where you're.
All right, might as well pause it now. We haven't gotten into this case yet. We just started. For all the Big and Raiders, this is Mayor McGnome. He's traveling through the area, and I let him, crash my place tonight. So his payment for crashing is he has to be on a live stream with me. So this is Gnome. Big, and thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it, buddy.
Being on here is no big thing. I'm a whore for attention anyways.
You know what? I'm just going to let him take over. I'll just sit right here. But Big, and thank you so much. This clip just started. It's a crazy one. I don't really even have anything to prep you guys on because we're just getting into the case.
In this situation. But Miss Deborah, I need you to understand that here in Texas, you cannot just kick somebody out. Okay, I don't make the rules. I may not agree with them, but I have to enforce them because I took a vow. So if you want Mr. Richards to be removed from your property, you need to formally evict them. And if you don't know how to formally evict them, you got two grown men here that know how to read and write, okay? And they can look up and figure out how to do it. We've got legal aid out there in the hallway that has access to y'all at any given time, okay? And we also have a self-addressed book on how to file an eviction that breaks it down into layman's terms. You can go take pictures and take it home with you. Obviously, you can't take the book home, but you can take the pictures home, okay? But it is my understanding that you have locked him out. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And it is my understanding that you have not filed a formal eviction.
Yes, ma'am, because we had the incident when the police was called. And like I sent you the statement stating that when I talked to Sergeant Crawford, because he came out to the house and the gun was pulled, and it really upset me. So when they came out, so Sergeant Crawford talked to my son, he talked to Chris, and he said, "What you want to do?" I said, "Well, at this time, I can't have both of them at the house because it scared me when he did that. And knowing that pulling a gun or threatening someone in the home was not good." So I said, "Okay, well, Chris has to leave." Okay, and then he told Chris, he said, "It's up to your mother if she wants you to come back or stay away." So this was Sunday morning, 12:01 a.m. Then I went to church, came back home, and then he called me. And I told him exactly what my decision was because it was disturbing to me that he would do something like that. And when we are family, he's my stepson. And no, he did not resident at my home. He was not living at my home because he was he was staying at different places, not only at my house. We would see him maybe twice a week. He would stay at his auntie house. He would stay mostly with his cousins and stuff like that. So, and I did not give him permission to live at my house. He asked me, and I told him, no, it would not be a good idea. I said, your dad wants you to always stand up on your own 2 feet. He came down to visit in May for Mother's Day. He said, well, I'm going to go see my mom. I'm going to go see Aunt Jeanette, and I'm going to come see you. I said, okay, no problem. So he came down, but he said, oh, I'm coming down because, I'm working at the security office, and the main office is here in San Antonio, and I want to know how I can get my own business in security. He said, but I'm going to go back to Houston. I said, okay. So he has been bouncing back and forth to my house, to Jeanette's house, to Nolan house, to somebody else's house. So he was not a resident at my home. I did not even know that he went to get his driving license changed to be at my home because he was living in Houston. And when he lived in Houston, he had his own apartment. And then next thing I know, he's living with a cousin in Houston. He said, "Oh, I'm living with a cousin in Houston." I said, "Okay, that's good." But he was going to come down and visit. I said, "Okay." And then, but when he was there, that incident happened.
All right, I've been waiting for about 3 minutes for her to stop talking so I could, interrupt at an appropriate time. She doesn't stop talking for about 5 more minutes. So, yeah. Anyways, Legal Fiction, happy birthday, Crazy Cat. Crazy Cat, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Crazy Cat.
Happy birthday. That's awesome. And thank you so much, Legal Fiction. Also, let's go to Sparkle Poots. Did I dry? Yeah. His boots are already dry. His boots are dry. I did ask the second. Okay, his boots weigh as much as he does. I'm looking at them right now. He's got those giant boots that
thick soles so that I can reach the ground on the bike.
You know what? I'll show you. All right, so you all know I'm 6'3", right? Size 12 shoe. Mayor's boot. Almost the exact same size. Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much, Sparkle Boots. I appreciate that. And Julie, thank you so much. That's a very generous super chat. Thank you so much. Have a night out with Colin. Much love. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know. We're probably gonna crash after this. We gorged ourselves.
Yeah, we'll probably all snuggle up and spoon.
Credence and Mikey, thank you so much. Good to see you, buddy. Mikey, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, that's actually for you. So I don't. Yeah, I'm saying thank you, but that's for you.
Well, thank you, Mikey.
Oh, and someone had a question. What's up? About your name?
Julie wanted to know what is the story behind my screen name. One, I'm Scottish, hence the Mech. I'm a gnome. I'm a garden gnome, and I'm also a mechanic. And I got elected mayor of Nome, York City, in Nome, England, and so Mayor Wrench McGnome. It all come together that way. Simple, anybody could have thought of that.
And then what I just found out, I just asked him while we're on mute, what's the FOTY mean?
That's Fan of the Year. Over on the Credence and Mikey channel, I was named Fan of the Year at the election at the end of last year. So for this year, I'm their Fan of the Year, and it's one of my favorite channels. Of course, Colin's and KCC's.
Mikey wins. KCC and Mikey both win, but I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, Colin's an awesome guy. He's very hospitable. He's tall, but to me, everybody's tall. And I'm glad to be here. And like I said, I'm a whore for attention, so I have no problems being online, being on the stream.
Yeah, I mean, you had to be. You didn't have a choice.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, let's keep up. One more came in right before I'd play. Wixom, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I'm Scottish too. Actually, I'm half Scottish, half soda. I don't know what half soda means.
Scotch and soda, the drink.
I got you.
I got it.
All right. I'm glad you got it. Thank you
so much. Well, I'm an old alcoholic, so of course I got it.
All right. We're going back to this one. This case is crazy. We haven't even got into it yet. Mom is still talking. Mom is evicting her stepson. Is what's going on. Stepson didn't legally move in, but legally moved in at the same time. Kind of sneaked his way in. Let's keep going.
And the gun and threatening and going on, it blew me away. I can't handle that. So when Sergeant Crawford told him, it is up to your mother to make that decision. So I made that decision because he felt that, well, it's my daddy's house and I have the right to be in that house. I said, your dad passed away. My husband passed away in 2021. He passed away in September. We buried him in October. He was a veteran. So I didn't have not Chris have not been here in San Antonio until this year. He passed away in 2021, and he just not coming back. Yes, we we kept in touch with each other, but for him to do that and come and in my house, it scares me. And I'm very, very, very upset. Still kind of nervous at the whole thing. And I'm saying, when they told me, well, he can come back into the house, and I'm like, okay, do the judge know that we filed charges against him and he was threatening pulling his gun out? And my understanding, he works for a company. He should not be even pulling out his gun and threatening anybody. He know I didn't like guns anyway, but he has supposed to have license to his gun. But I don't like guns. His father didn't like guns in the house.
Right.
And this ain't the first time that Chris has been removed from the house. His father removed him from the house and told him to get out. So why is it that you didn't file charges, didn't go do this route with your dad when your dad told you to get out?
Okay.
You got up and got out.
Okay. Settle down. Settle down.
So I'm just,
Just hold on. It's okay.
it's just upsetting that let somebody come back into the home doing this threatening with a gun. And I'm like, I can't handle that. And he has been disobedient. His
I
auntie
understand,
put
Ms.
him
Nguyen,
out.
I understand, but there's laws and procedures that are in place, and I'm bound by them. Okay, I can't just make up whatever I want to do and let,
I understand.
I can't do that. That is illegal.
Say something, Your Honor?
Yes, go ahead.
So here's where we're at. The pulling on the gun, filing charges as him as the aggressor, right? This is oil and water. This is not gonna work. It's
And
not-
nobody's
they're
making
fearful
it
of
work,
lying.
but nobody's making it work. But your mom does not have the right to just lock somebody out. There is
Wow.
an eviction process that is in place, okay, for that reason. If you want to follow that eviction process,
Okay.
I will entertain that when it comes across my desk. And then we'll go into the details of that. Okay, nobody is stating that he's gonna live there forever and ever, and he's never gonna get kicked out because he's got the judge behind him. No, that's not the issue. But, excuse me?
I said it's gonna be tough.
Okay,
If you don't mind me saying, I'm the one that actually, we had the issue. I've been at the house for a while, right? This just recently happened. This is the only time that we've ever.
And that's
had
what
any
he had
type of-
explained. It was an
Yeah,
incident
that we've ever had this happen, right? But at the end of the day, we've always had peace before these 2 months.
Guys, I am not going to steal the verdict from All Talk with Mike. I do not want to do that. He's been covering that case. I have not covered it. I've been watching him cover it. If the verdict just came out, I'm going to let him do it. I know you guys want to know what it is, and so do I. But I'm not going to steal it from him. That would be very mean. That'd be very mean. Julie, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Never ever say Scotch Irish. Scotch is whiskey and Scots is Scotland. Thank you so much, Julie. I appreciate it. And David, thank you so much for the five gifted memberships. I don't know why I thought that was a 5-month milestone. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. That's awesome. And welcome to the 5 new members. I also want to just real quickly say we got a lot of creators in here tonight. We got Jay Hart in here, Lone Wolf's in here. Mikey from Credence and Mikey and KCC. Got Gnome hanging out with us. Yeah, it's a great night. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And again, not going to play the Judge Boyd verdict. That would be, that'd be kind of vulture-ish if I just kind of swooped in and stole the verdict from him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we're not going to do that. We're going to keep playing this. If he does play it and you guys want to jump over there and watch it, not going to feel bad. You guys do you, but yeah, I'll watch it after this. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Right. And like how she said, there was never a time where he ever said he was moving in. There was never an agreement between moving in. So whenever you're saying that he's a resident, that's what's making it's hard for us to digest because she never agreed.
And I don't
to
know
let
where
him
it came
move in.
out, but I have a driver's license. It's
but
got that
also-
address and mail
but
that's going to
also-
that
He did that
address.
delivery.
But also when he was in Houston,
Did
what
it
he
delivery.
did was he sent mail to the home. It seems like he was plotting this from the beginning
Mhm.
because he never ever had been to the house like that. So we didn't understand even why he was getting a bill. So the thing is that this seems like a plot. And
Mhm.
he never stayed with us. He doesn't live with us. Nobody can sleep in the home. Of course, when somebody is threatening you with a gun, you know, it's one of those things where we never had these issues. And for somebody to be able to bully themselves or impose themselves and tell you they were living with us, and then y'all approve it without calling to say, hey, did he actually stay? Or, hey, I know, you know, I have note I get sent to friends' homes. It doesn't mean that I live there. So that's the
Under
that's the
law,
biggest
under
issue.
Texas law, yeah, it does. So I've got a driver's license with that address on it, which means he went to the DMV and he showed proof of residency. He
See?
showed proof of mail, because you don't get a driver's license and get to change your address without any ramifications
See,
from the
Well,
DMV.
what would
That
you
was
need
intended.
for your ID though to show proof because he was
I
never
don't
living
work for
there?
DPS, sir. That's
Okay, so
something you
that's
would have
just
to
something
call
they just
and
did.
DPS.
And
Yeah.
Candy.
So I don't know what he did with DPS, but he's got a physical ID driver's license. It's got
Mm-mm.
your address on it. He's showed me a pile of mail with your address on it. Okay, so, and again, I'm not stating that he's bound by that house forever,
No, I
forever.
understand.
Your
It's just,
mom
I
has
really don't
just
want
got to
nothing
take
you know,
the proper
this
steps.
is how things escalate when, you know, it's not resolved. And I don't want to get into it with him, but he just always that night, he just had a natural attitude with me. I don't understand what it is. We don't have locks on the doors. So it's nobody feels comfortable.
Okay.
So it's definitely a safety thing. And I have an EOP out, emergency of protection,
Yeah.
because it's something
Now,
that I
stop
do
right
feel
there. Who's got the emergency protection?
I do.
With who?
I have it on.
County.
Yeah, well, I don't. I'm
They
sorry.
didn't
You know
put-
what?
No,
I'm
stop,
going through the
stop,
process.
stop.
I'm sorry.
Stop.
Let me speak.
Mhm.
If you have one, you need to have a copy and he has to be served.
Okay,
There's
okay.
supposed to be a
So-
hearing coming up.
Let me ask you again, is there an active protective order in place that has been signed by the judge?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's-
that's
it-
all I
it-
need to know.
It's in process.
Okay,
Okay.
but it
We
ain't
just got the
active
police
yet.
report.
Go ahead.
First things first, may I say something to Mama? You may look at me,
I'm looking.
you know, good and well, I love you.
Mm-mm.
You know, good and well, I
No.
love you. You know, I treat you like I tell you all the time, I've told you. I give you more credit than my own mama, my birth mama. But with that being said, Your Honor, I never wanted to, I gave her all respect. That she was like, my mom, I call her that.
Yes, you do.
As far as the incident, instigated.
I didn't instigate anything.
He instigated that. I came in, I was outside, I left some chips in the toilet because I was cleaning up my room, but I went outside and I put the chips in the toilet because it's upstairs. I didn't want no roaches in the trash can. So I put them in the toilet because I cleaned my room and then I went downstairs. I came back inside and went upstairs. I was going to my friend's house. I was going to pack my stuff.
I remember
go
you
to my
said you
friend's
were
house.
already leaving.
Yes, ma'am. So when on the way to my room, he approaches me. Hey, you got some S in the toilet? You left some S in the toilet? I'm like, huh? He's like, I mean, I don't know what it is. It's some chips of S, but you need to get that S up. I'm like, so I go check because I forgot. You know, I forgot that they were in there, and I went to go flush them down the toilet. I say, hey, while you talking about the chips, it's some feces in the toilet that you need to clean. Because, Your Honor, I come home. I work at night. I work from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. I'm gone at night. During the day, that's the only time I get my rest or try to get some rest. And then I'm gone. I work Sunday through Friday morning. So I come home, I try to relax, but it's feces, urination, all that in the toilet. I'm like, we grown upstairs. She don't really come upstairs.
Oh, yes, I do.
She come over, so she cleaned it that day.
She cleaned it that day. So
I come
with that
upstairs.
being
But
said.
there was no shit in there. That's what I'm saying.
Stop,
Let him
stop,
talk.
stop.
With that being said, Your Honor, I come in there constantly. I don't say nothing. I don't say nothing because I don't want to cause any issues. I don't want to cause nothing. But he's a grown man. We both are. We both are. But he's a grown man. I sit there and we should keep that upstairs clean. That she had to go get the carpet clean because his room carpet was filthy.
He worried
And
about the wrong stuff.
Knowing that,
Can you let him talk, please? I'm gonna ask you to stop.
Stop, Jonathan.
Do me a
Let him
favor.
talk.
I need you to go to the back of the room and wait.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll take care of this.
Oh, now, I had my own incidents, but my restroom and my kitchen, they gotta be clean. My room is a different story.
Write the 3-day notice of eviction. You want to serve him the 3 days notice of eviction, right? Okay? Go ahead and write it. So we know, okay, give it to him now. Go.
He's talking.
Okay.
All right, so as of right now, the writ of reentry is granted. Miss Deborah, unfortunately, like I said, you're getting everything situated, so go ahead and do what you gotta do.
Mhm.
But as of right now, he is allowed in the house.
Okay, I do want to say something, Judge. I appreciate it. And, I never had to go through this with anybody and with any of my sons. And intended, you did it deliberately to come to San Antonio to live. No, in my home, without even saying, this is what I want to do. Mom, I'm coming down, but I want to move to San Antonio. But when you asked me, I told you no. But you intentionally got an ID, got your address at my home, sent some medical bills at my home, and I'm asking you, where's these medical bills are coming from? And then when you was living in Houston, you sending medical bills from Herman Memorial Hospital from Houston. I said, why are you sending it to my address and not sending it to yours? No, I'm just gonna do what I need to do. So, but question I need to ask, he has to come back inside the home?
The what, ma'am?
He has to come back inside the home?
Right, as of right now,
Okay,
yes.
okay, thank you very much.
At this point now, again, listen, Miss Deborah,
Yes,
listen, I forgot, sorry. Yes. At any point that she feels threatened and she calls UCPD, I don't want to see you in here anymore because we're not playing this cat and mouse game. All right. So at this point right now, you are granted permission because by law, I have to. Okay. Because there's no eviction filed. But again, Miss Deborah, at any point that you feel threatened or anything, you do what any normal person would do, and you would call UC Police Department. And at that point, they will separate everybody, and I won't grant it again because at this point, now we're playing the cycle, and we're not doing it. All right, but they're getting everything in a row, so you know what's coming. I will entertain that case the minute it comes across my desk. But until then,
Can I say something?
Yes.
So can I have an officer go out with me so I can just get my stuff? Because I just want to get my stuff. I'm not even trying to go through all this because I'm not that, what she got in my head. I've been had my ID to that house. If you Google the address, my old car is in front of that house. I've been at that house.
Visiting, Chris.
I've been at that house. That was my father's house. And I didn't get nothing from my father. I didn't even expect anything from my father because it's not about money for me. That's my dad. So with that being said, I didn't even get nothing but, and I did talk to her because she asked me several times, what are you doing, Chris? I say, well, I'm staying here, mama. I said, I'm staying here because I was going to back and forth to my auntie because my auntie, when I talked to them, they said my auntie needed help. She needed help. Both of them. That's why I came down here. And yes, I have my own apartment, but
She don't need help. She got 3 grown boys. I'm a VP of mortgage lending. She don't need no money.
I left my apartment in Houston in 2020. I just lost it at the end of this. I picked it up at the end of this year. Last year, I'm sorry, 2023. So that was like October, December. I talked to them during the whole time while I was in Houston, being an adult, doing what my father and what I was taught to do as a grown man, handling my business. I asked him, I kept in contact, that's my stepmom and my auntie. I kept in contact with my stepmother more than I did my aunt. But yeah, but that stuff is not true.
okay.
No, I'm the aunt, and I'm listening to Chris. Besides all of that, and I can understand my sister-in-law's fearfulness because he yelled and hollered at me. He disrespected my brother my brother when he told him, well, you acted like when he was alive. He said he told my brother, well, I see how you acted like an end, so I'm gonna treat you like an end. My brother told him, get your stuff and get out of my house right now. I had to put him out of my house for shouting and everything else. It's just, it's crazy.
And I understand, and I'm not saying she don't have the right, but she's got to do it legally.
All right, I keep trying to let this play out, and I'm trying to let the pauses go because I paused it so much at the beginning. So yeah, but I just let it play for about 10 minutes without a pause. Sorry, you two. Julie, thank you so much for the 10 gifted membership. Julie, you are on fire tonight. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships, and welcome to the 10 new members. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, Julie. I appreciate it.
Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
The cool.
You get to sit at the Cool Kids table now.
Yeah, that's right. You know, he still sits at the kiddie table because it's the only one he can fit in. But you know, we're trying to build him an actual, you know, high chair. But adult high chairs are hard to find. So
and you still have to put a phone book underneath and you get high enough.
But we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. We're idiots. All right, let's finish.
I'm actually sitting on a big stack of books right now, so I'm tall enough to be on camera.
I'm actually like kind of crunched over, and he's like sitting up straight in proper posture. I'm like trying to fit in. All right, we're idiots.
She's got to do it.
I've never.
That's the only thing I'm saying. Okay, and we're not going to go all day on this. I got 3 other cases.
I just want to, we want to serve him this 3-day notice. So the 3-day notice does it start Wednesday today? So
no, it starts tomorrow.
So it's Thursday, Friday,
Saturday,
and it has to be gone by Saturday.
And if he's not, then you can come back over here and file for the eviction.
Because I think this might turn into a mess.
And at this point, are you staying there? Or are you going to get your stuff?
I want to go get my stuff so I can put it up because I'm not.
Okay. Are you staying there? Or are you going to get your stuff? There's a difference. Answer the question.
Go get my stuff.
And are you staying there or are you leaving?
I'll leave. I'll leave. It's not an issue. I'll leave.
Okay. He's gonna get his stuff. Leave him alone. Let him get his stuff, and he'll be gone. Now, again, I can't force him to leave, but I'm asking him right now. Are you getting your stuff? Are you leaving? Are you getting your stuff and staying?
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna get my stuff and I'll leave. I'll leave.
I don't want any confrontation from either one of y'all because at this point, you'll come back in front of me and somebody's gonna go to jail.
Yes, ma'am. Judge, so may an officer escort me to the residence? Because I've been trying to keep this the whole time. I'm not even like that, Your Honor. Like,
have a seat in the hallway. I'm gonna have Joe contact the constables and see if there's anybody that can go out there and escort you to get your stuff back. Okay.
Unique part of it. Yeah. Okay.
Counsel, what was your?
All right, I was starting to think that was going to be the clip that never ended. Thank you so much. Hold on, I'm covering it. What does that say? I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to read what the number is. 6 months. The play button is right over the number, so I can't see it. Thank you so much, Dan, for the 6 months. I appreciate it. That is awesome, Dan. Thank you. My favorite, not a number. Hey, Sally Skeleton, good to see you. All right. Yeah, that clip was weird. They started a fight over potato chips in the toilet. I mean, that would make me mad.
It makes them soggy.
Yeah, I don't know why. Did you hear why he put the potato chips in the toilet?
No, I missed it. I was trying to keep track of the chat.
Because he didn't want roaches, so he put the potato chips in the toilet instead of the garbage can. Right? And then him and his brother got into a fight. And it was apparently bad enough where the security guard poured his gun on the other brother over potato chips in the toilet.
We have a saying about that. It's called "Oy vey."
Yes. All right. Anyways, yeah. No potato chips in the toilet. Mayor is right. They would become soggy. Nobody wants to eat soggy potato chips.
No wire hangers.
No more wire hangers.
Yeah, Mama Dearest just popped in my head on that.
Yeah,
one.
that was random. That was random. All right. I have no idea what's next, guys. I have no idea.
Oh, let's just wing it. Throw it up there. Let's see what happens.
That's
All
pretty
right,
much what I was.
you are Bruce Calvin, correct, sir?
Yes.
And here we are. What is this?
That's
A motion to dismiss you? Is that right?
no,
Looks like
dismiss it.
I said.
Yeah,
I didn't follow the motion. Unless he followed the pro se motion.
you're Mr. Calhoun, right?
Yes.
All right, no, he did. And that's why I set this for a hearing. He said something,
Didn't I fire you the first time when you came in? I fired him as my attorney.
I have
But
in my
It's
notes.
still on mine. It's still on mine.
Yes. Yes. To be honest, I've never let it grow out this far before. I always get really tired of it about this length. So I generally, once it gets this far, I'm like, I'm done and I'll shave it. But the last time Heather was here, I was talking to her. I'm like, I want to grow it out. I want to see what it looks like once I grow it out. So I've never done it before. So I started growing it out, but I am at the point where I'm annoyed with it.
You're annoyed with it?
I'm annoyed with it. I hate it.
I'm annoyed with it because I'm having trouble getting it to grow longer.
Yeah. I'd be happy with your length.
Yeah,
I just wanted to, I don't know. Like, I'm not used to having hair around my mouth. So it changes.
Yeah, you got to keep that trimmed.
Yeah, it changes. It changes how you eat. It changes how you drink. It changes pretty much everything you do with your mouth, and I'm not used to it.
Yeah, I wanted to be ZZ top long and then braid it. Maybe do 2 braids.
Okay.
I don't know why. I'm too damn old for this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I normally don't wear a helmet. It's just when I'm traveling in states where you have to wear a helmet. Yes,
Is Ohio one
I
of those
know.
states?
I don't know.
No.
When I'm
Better be
traveling, it's just more simpler. Plus, I have my intercom system in there, so I Bluetooth.
No, we're back. We're back. Oh, we didn't drop. We got close to dropping.
Ooh.
We got close to dropping. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else we were talking about. I got paranoid because I thought the internet dropped and we just lost the video, but nope. All right.
Wait, traveling, not driving.
But let's keep watching some court. Judge Stevens with the normal courtroom genius. All right, let's go.
Case.
yeah, okay, well, you can represent yourself. That's what you're gonna do.
I didn't file for represent. I asked for another.
No, you don't get you don't get people that you want. You can hire somebody, sir, but Mr. Adams has a fine reputation. He may not be seeing you as often as you wish, but you can't fire people like that. But you can hire anybody you want. You want to get rid of him? You're representing yourself. That's the way the indigent rules work. He's a very competent. Let me get some coffee here. He's a very competent attorney, whether you believe that or not. And that's what the law requires. And he does a good job representing his people. Now, you want to move forward with this? I'll grant it. You represent yourself and we'll put it for trial. That's what we'll do. You can shake your heads all day long. That's the rule. I think you're here because you probably don't follow the rules.
Okay.
All right, you want to release him? Fine. You can represent yourself. That's what you want to do. We'll
What
set
I-
this for a trial.
Whatever. What was my prize?
What?
What prize do I have?
What do you, wait a second. She didn't tell you. She's the prosecutor. You don't know what prior convictions you have?
She said I had some prize. I
Well,
don't
do
any
you
prize.
have any or not?
No.
Well, then you don't have any. You would know. You're the best one who
I
would
asked
know.
for probation. And she
Okay,
said she wouldn't
that's-
give it to me because I had prize.
No, I'm not in, I can't get involved in the negotiations. Have you always lived in Beaumont,
Yes.
Jefferson County?
Yes.
Pull him up. Oh, boy. What's that one down? Yeah. Listen.
Let me check.
Anyway, I don't know what I am doing that. I don't need to be doing this. I mean, figuring out for y'all, he is the most knowledgeable person of what convictions he has. Not anyone else. He is. All defendants. They either know or they're mentally deranged. And he doesn't seem mentally deranged. So he should know. If he says he doesn't, he doesn't. And I'm good enough for that. And the burden is on the state to prove those. That's their burden. You're not required to prove you don't. All right. Yeah, anyway, well, it's time to move along. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, here.
What are we gonna do, everybody? We've got a ton of people. Okay, I'm talking about what we're gonna do next. What's our next step? Do you want to try it?
Yes.
Okay, we'll set it for trial. Okay, we'll set it for trial as soon as possible. Get ready. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Marcus Lee.
All right, that was a quick one from Judge Stevens. Got two. Robert, sorry, I missed you becoming a new member. I missed you becoming a new member. Thank you so much, Robert. Welcome to the family. Welcome. Thank you so much. That's awesome. And Sierra Maid for the $5 super chat. No beard fund. I'm close. I think I might have about 2 more weeks in me, and then I'm going to be annoyed enough where I'll just shave it off. I don't like it. I don't like the feeling. I don't like it.
I'm actually annoyed when I don't have a beard because I'm too lazy to shave.
I don't like it. I don't like my face fresh shaven either. When I'm freshly shaven, I look like I'm 12.
I look about 20 years younger. Like if I just have a soul patch or something like that, or just a short goatee. I'd rather look my age, 164.
It's pretty old.
Well, that's in gnome years.
Oh, gnome years.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No idea what that is, but I'm just going to shake my head and smile. Yeah. You go. Just go for it. All right. Yeah. I don't know why I keep thinking I know what the next court is. I don't know.
That takes us to Henry Eckenberg and his presence. This is on for Raymond. Okay, grab a seat. This is 1749-0024. We'll just wait for him reading and plead not guilty. Here's my notice of appearance. Mr. Eckenberg is out of custody. So that puts us on a 90-day clock. I'm just looking at the schedule. I believe both October 16th and October 30th are workable trial dates. I didn't do the exact count, but I'm kind of leaning towards October 30th if that works for the state.
I don't have anything set right now that would be a
Charging date.
conflict.
What's that?
The charging date.
And that's an issue for a motion and a different thing. Not
I want to dismiss now, so I don't have to go back to court.
Your Honor, my client believes, and I haven't had a chance to review it, that there's a basis for dismissal because of the charging dates. I haven't had time to review that or to be able to brief the court, but today I was just prepared to do an arraignment. And if there's an issue that I believe that would be a basis for a dismissal motion, I'll note it up. But I wasn't prepared to argue that or schedule it for today.
Got your hand in the air? I called his office before to see if I could get him to talk to him, but I couldn't.
And I was out of the office last week. I had prearranged. So I'm prepared to do an arraignment today. I'm not prepared to ask the court for any type of dismissal motion. That's something that has to be scheduled ahead of time, briefed. The state needs a chance to respond to it, and then the judge has to review the briefing to see what the issue is.
Mr. Eckenberg, I've been in the courtroom for 49 years. This man here is the most accessible public defender I have ever met in 49 years. The guy works on weekends, he works nighttime. So if you have trouble getting him, you need to get into the system, make sure you check all the boxes to get to him. Because as you can see, his caseload is way beyond what it should be.
I know.
And you're just in the system and you gotta kind of wiggle and shake and you'll get to where you're gonna go, but it takes a little bit, but you know.
If there's a basis for dismissal, that has to be noted up and there's a process, but I can't do it off the cuff of my hand because the judge isn't gonna have the information. The prosecutor needs a chance to review it.
Well, you're talking about October though. I mean,
I was
Come
setting
on.
a trial dates. A status date would probably be sometime in September. 'Cause you also made it clear that you wanted a trial date, so I'm trying to accommodate, make sure you have a trial date and make sure that you have a status date.
And what that does, it helps you get to the end line, you know, the end zone where you want to go. Because you got these dates coming up. So everybody goes, whoa, I got this date, I got to get going.
Can I speak with you in private?
No,
No.
absolutely not.
Okay, so you're.
You got a lawyer because some tricky judge turned you into something you don't want to
That's
do.
why I want to do it my own self.
And
Well,
he's
You have the right to
represent
counsel. You
himself.
can fire Mr. Russell all you want and do it on your own, but you know, the old fool for a client thing, the guy who represents himself as a fool for a client.
Yeah, well,
You got a
here I
lawyer.
am.
You can't get any better than that guy right there, so you better hold on to what you got. But your choice, you have a constitutional right to fire him and put on a jury trial. You can do it.
So I would suggest a status date September 16th.
Wait, what good court camo? I don't see any camo.
If
What,
there's
who's on
any pretrial motions that would be noted up
Judges
accordingly
are
with the trial date set for October 30th.
October 30th?
Do you see any camo?
Oh, I think the guy sitting at the table has got camo on.
I can't see a guy sitting at the table.
He's behind the lawyer there.
No, I see a floating head. Hold on.
Trial date.
Yeah, I see a white T-shirt and a floating head. I don't see any camo.
He's got a camo jacket on.
How do you see that?
Well, I'm blind, but I can see really well.
Yeah, but I don't.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't see any camo because camo is supposed to be invisible, so I can't see it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm giving you shit. No, I can see the guy's wearing a camo jacket. The point is, you're not.
There's just a head floating there. Oh, I walked right into that. Help!
All right.
Too many hours on the road.
I didn't know how.
I'm a smart one.
I didn't know how I was going to explain that to you. It's like I can't slow this down.
Your next scheduled date's going to be September 16th. And if there's a basis for a motion for dismissal, it can be noted up sooner. But that's something that there's a process. I can't just whip it out and do it without any research. I don't know what the basis for the dismissal is. And if it's just a clerical error, that's usually not a basis. If it's something more substantive, then it might be. Okay. 16th, not 7th. September 16th is your next scheduled court date.
Okay.
Were you related to Esther?
Yeah, she's my sister. My cousin, she's dead now.
I went to school with her. She was in a number of my classes. What a sweet lady that was.
She's passed on now.
Cancer or something?
Yes. Mastectomy.
He was a great guy. Smart.
Yeah.
Husky, she was a sweet.
She's a big girl, yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. That was sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right. That one's over. I know.
Yay! Yay!
I've got mail.
I got mail. Yay!
I had no idea what's going on. I lost control of this live stream so long ago. I have no idea what's going on.
He lost this control of this live stream before it went on the air.
I did.
Yeah, gnomes come along, we create havoc.
Aren't you kind of magical too? Don't you have like the magical abilities?
Oh yeah, I can make food disappear.
Still a bunch of French fries over there.
Won't be for long. Killer fries.
Killer fries with citrus burgers.
I really like that on the burger. I thought he gave it a nice little twang.
All right.
Get over it. It was good.
I'm gonna stop bringing it up. Let's go.
See what I got to deal with?
You're having a terrible time.
Oh, you using your bad language, Miss Walton. You're on court live. Okay, you gotta watch your mouth. I don't want to hear that. Turn your camera back on and unmute yourself.
I'm so sorry, ma'am. I'm having a bad day. My camera is
It seems like a lot of people having a bad day today, so I can understand.
There's a lot going on today.
All right, you need
Didn't see nothing. No, I didn't. What did you say? I'm sorry.
Okay, I need you to just get to a spot, stay still for a second, okay? Everybody got on these spaghetti straps. Would you wear that if you came to court in real life? What is up
No,
with
I
y'all
really
today?
don't even. It was so early. I just don't even.
I know. And we had to get up and actually drive into work and come here so early in the morning.
Give a fuck.
What she say? She can come in. They said you gotta come in, Miss Walton. I'm sorry. They said
What
you
did
gotta
she
come
say?
in. What's a good day to come in? I said you gotta come in now. Cause you're just doing too much. And I know. That's how I feel too. So what day you want to come in? Because it was gonna be a dismissal, but I'm not gonna do it unless you come in person. What day you want to come in? Next week.
Can I do Wednesday? And
Yep,
why can't
I
what's
see.
going on? I can't just do
I
it.
see you Wednesday because your mouth is too much. You on court, man. You gotta watch yourself. I already
Like,
gave
I
you an
didn't even cuss
opportunity.
or nothing. I didn't really even cuss. Stupid. Got time for all of it. I really don't.
All right.
Well, can I just come next Wednesday?
You don't have time for all of this. Your case was being dismissed. All you had to do was keep your mouth shut for about 2 more minutes, and it would have been dismissed. But because you have attitude and a lot of disrespect, now you got to go into court to get your case dismissed.
Open mouth, insert foot, chew.
Exactly. It would have been better. It would have been better. Even if you didn't put the shirt on. The judge didn't say put a shirt on. She called you out for the spaghetti straps. You're not the first defendant to have them on. But then when you put your phone down and started doing a bunch of stuff, they were over it. They were over it.
Somebody had asked me, or said I thought gnomes were engineers, at least in the World of Warcraft. Hey, Tumble, believe it or not, in real life, I'm an engineer.
And he carries a giant-ass hammer. And he's got a steel horse outside.
Steel horse, I ride, wanted. No, nobody wants me.
No, don't sing it. We'll get in trouble.
I sing bad enough they'll never figure out what the song is.
Yeah, you say that. You say that. You'll be surprised. Do you remember when I sang Final Countdown?
Yep.
I got in trouble for that.
No way.
Yeah.
Yep, in person, courtroom
I only
337
got
at
a
9 a.m.
check. I got my L's. Everything is fine. I don't know what's the problem. It's dumb. Can I leave now?
Yeah, you can. I'll see you on Wednesday.
Thank you. What time?
You're welcome.
8 a.m.
At 9 a.m. courtroom 337. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
Bye
you,
bye,
Judge.
man. You're
And what is
welcome.
I'm coming back for?
Just to get it dismissed.
Okay.
Okay. In person.
Sorry about that, Judge.
It's okay. I was about to say she's a little younger, so she needs to have a little conversation with me in person, and it's gonna be okay. Because then she never gonna want to do it again. And her ticket and
Understood.
default. Did y'all discuss that? Because that way I can get something done with that one too. Because she has a ticket and default, so I'll handle that too on that day. Okay. So I'll put
didn't know
everything on the
about that,
docket.
but that sounds
so we can
like a
handle it
plan.
all at once if we can. Okay.
Yep.
All right. It's okay. I'm a nice, calm person today. Hey, they be losing it. I be about to just dismiss it, and they be like,
I'm trying to warn her. I'm like, I can hear that.
Miss Whitfield.
Oh, that was good. That was good. Do I? Sly saying Heineken. At what? Why?
Grab a Heine.
Where's he at?
Oh, I see him. What's up, you scumbags?
Why isn't he on?
I see him.
Heineken, did you block me?
Yeah, it's only up.
Heineken.
It's only up from, a little bit from the bottom.
Yeah, it's right there. It's right there. I'm looking at yours. Heineken
Yeah.
blocked me. Heineken, that we're friends. Oh man. Oh man. All right, let's keep going. No, there you are. What? Yeah, your last comment didn't come through. I think you blocked me and then you unblocked me, which is fair. I would block me too if I were you. Heineken, hope you're doing well. Hope you're recovering. I'm pretty sure you've had your surgery by now, so hopefully you're recovering. All right, we've got 2 more cases left. I don't remember what the next case is. I remember the last case is Judge Perkins. I don't remember what the next one is. I remember what this is now. Sometimes I just got to watch for 10 seconds. You know, if you have a ticket for driving on a suspended license,
Mm-hmm.
you know what you shouldn't do over the next couple months after you have that ticket?
Drive.
This guy has 9 counts after he got his first ticket.
See, I got years ago got a DWI, and I had a paper that said I could still drive just like April 12th or something like that. Well, I found out that I couldn't because I got nailed 3 times for driving after revocation. No, 2 times driving after revocation. So I lost my license for 6 months for the DWI, 6 months for the driving after revocation, 6 months for the driving after revocation again. So that's 1.5 years. And then because of 3 major tickets within 12 months, they gave me habitual traffic offender, took my license for another 5 years on top of that. So I went for 6.5 years without a license. I don't recommend it. It's not fun.
But now you got a sweet ass bike, so.
Yeah, it's an oldie, but yeah, it's not the youngest girl at the dance, but it'll still turn a head or two.
Let's go.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Campbell.
And Your Honor, this client is out of custody and prepared to enter not guilty plea and then speak about release conditions.
Okay, that guilty plea is received. I think that I will direct you, Mr. Campbell. I think the concern the court has, this is a case from August of 2023. And looking at the sort of the history following this case, about 3 days later, he gets another DWS-2 that's amended to DWS-3. Month after that, a DWS-3. Month after that, a DWS-3. 2 months after that, a conviction for DWS-2. Month after that, conviction for DWS-2. Pending charges of DWS-2, failure to stop or obey an officer, reckless driving, and another DWS-1 now from the 4th of August. So in the last year, since the incident date on this case, I don't know if he ever initially appeared for arraignment. Looks like he did.
I believe he did.
So after we set release conditions, including no driving without a valid license.
Hey, looking at legal stuff. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out with us. I think you know this guy, this weirdo. His name's Mayor
Socket Wrench?
Mayor McGyver.
Something like that.
Mayor McGyver Foddy. Oh, fan of the year, not Foddy. Foddy. Looking at legal stuff. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Also, Lori Loves Law. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Hey, boys, I'm late. So great to see you too. It's great to see you. Thanks.
If you show up here, it doesn't matter if you're late. It's just that you're here, and that's what counts.
Yes, what he said. It's his channel now. I feel like yeah.
It's the Mayor McTwat show. Oh, Mayor McGnome show. Yeah.
What's going on? This is no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. We'll
Hello there.
We'll figure something out.
He appears to have had 9 additional driving while suspended charges. He worked himself all the way up to a habitual offender status. real concerns about having him just walk out the door.
Well, and Your Honor, I certainly understand those circumstances. Those are bad facts. And I guess I'll try and highlight the good circumstances. His underlying suspension is not for drug or alcohol related purposes. And so I think a lot of times what can happen, and I'm not speaking as to any admissions in my client, people who have limited means get financially incapable of retaining their license. And for a period of time, there isn't much repercussions about that, you know, and certainly he's got a bad driving record outside of even these driving while suspended cases. And for a period of time, you know, the ramifications of doing that can be delayed. In this situation, he is now aware of the mandatory minimum penalties associated while driving while suspended in the first degree, as well as the significance of the driving while suspended in the second degree case, which is a gross misdemeanor subject to a maximum penalty of 364 days in jail. Lives in Longview.
Lives in Longview. Does he have a job?
Not currently. He's got family in Longview. I think one of the difficulties, and once again, I'm trying to be delicate about how I approach this, is that he's had family in Vancouver. They had a family business in Vancouver. And, you know, I'm not saying that he was driving from Longview to Vancouver for work, but it's just the severity of the consequences of these cases, I don't necessarily know has been apparent to my client. He did not know that there were mandatory minimum penalties, for example, on the driving while suspended in the first degree case. And he does now. I mean, those circumstances.
Well, he has a history of just, it looks like, extremely reckless driving. I mean, I have, you know, just in terms of his speeding tickets, 27 miles an hour over, 25 miles per hour over, 25 miles per hour over, 22 miles per hour over, and 18 miles an hour over. And then even just this month, he's 29 miles an hour over the limit, DWS 1. It's not even that, he's just not getting it. He continues to drive recklessly and suspended. Ms. Carmen, city's position regarding release.
Well, it's interesting. When I looked at the new DWS first, my initial thought was, well, of course, Clark County will be putting something stringent into place. Interestingly, what they put into place this week is simply intensive pretrial release. And again, as Your Honor has noted in prior cases, that's difficult when you don't have a license. I don't know how he's going to get from Cowlitz County to Clark County for intensive check-in. So I think that's going to fail. So I think really the only thing we can do with an active warrant, two pending DWS 3s, a history of prior suspended license, a history of bad driving, and now this new DWS first, and the length of time that this DWS second has been out there, is to impose some manner of bail. And primarily, I do have concerns about his reappearance, but primarily that is a community safety risk. The number of significant suspended license arrests in a short period of time, I think does pose a community safety risk. So we would ask for bail to be imposed.
I think he's going to have a difficult time posting, and so he's just asking for mercy, Your Honor, one more chance.
I'm gonna have to impose bail. I mean, since the last time he appeared in front of me, it's very clear just by his track record, he's going to choose to continue to drive. He's going to choose to continue to speed. He's a pronounced public safety risk at this point, so I am going to impose bail. I will try to be sensitive about the bail amount. I'm going to impose bail in the amount of $2,500. I think that's an appropriate amount. I'm going to set over his court date for 2 weeks.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're going to go into custody, sir. The bailiffs are going to take you into custody.
Keep your head up. Listen. 2,500, so it'd be 250 to a bondsman. Judge, was it intensive, or what level of supervision? I mean, I don't know if it makes sense to put them on two different kinds because then they're doing multiple different things.
No, I understand. I joined Ms. Carmi in her reluctance to put him on intensive just because he lives in Longview, but I'll put him on intensive just because that's what district court's already done. Release conditions violate no laws, appeared on mandatory court dates. no driving without a valid license and insurance, intensive pretrial release if the $2,500 bail is
So
posted.
you need to check in immediately with supervisor Reese if you're able to post, and then call my office. Otherwise, I'll be in to see you next week. All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Appreciate that.
A normal person, oh,
Sorry. We're in the middle of a conversation that has nothing to do with court right now.
no,
We probably should pay attention to what's going on.
nah,
it's
yeah,
okay.
they're here to pay attention. We're just here to be idiots.
Let's see. Peter, thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you for providing a wonderful way to unwind after a long week. Thank you for hanging out with us. I'm glad that you can use this to unwind.
That's really funny because generally when I'm around, people get real tense.
I don't understand how.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when if I was getting frustrated with you, I would just kind of raise my head and then I wouldn't see you.
Yeah, true. Or you throw me over the railing. Pick me up by my collar. Yeah, come on, out of here.
I wouldn't do that. I would just, yeah. Okay, I think we're actually going to the last clip. I'm gonna. It still seems like a little long. Let's see. No, the last clip's not 18 minutes.
24.
Okay, we do this one.
Normal.
This isn't the last clip. This one is hilarious because this attorney saves this guy from turning into a sovereign citizen, and I will pause it at the moment right after it happens because you guys are all going to hear it, and it is hilarious. And good job on this attorney for doing this.
01471 People versus Harry Yates.
Mayor Malos on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Jeffrey Schwartz, P32076 on behalf of Mr. Yates. We agree to go forward by Zoom. Give your name, sir.
Harry Thomas Yates.
Your Honor, we're asking to set an exam.
Mr. Yates filed a number of pleadings. Were you aware of this, Mr. Schwartz?
I'm sorry.
What?
Oh, yeah. My next stop after I leave here is my hometown of Janesville, Wisconsin. I am a professional cheesehead, born and raised, and going to see my family for a couple of days there. And then after that, I will be dropping pretty much straight down south to Texas, down to Dallas, and then to Houston.
There we go. I just got lucky enough that I'm on his way, and so tonight we can make tonight happen.
Yes, 1 a.m. I will wave at you. I waved at Vicky when I went past her today.
I am in receipt of defendant's special appearance and motion to dismiss for lack of personal and subject
Yeah,
matter.
Your Honor, he just indicated to me that his father filed some information. I'm going to ask the court to put that off. I don't think the prosecutor was given notice. I've indicated to him it's never a great idea to file any of that paperwork without me looking at it. I'd ask the court to throw it away for now, and I'll refile my own motion if I think that there's any motion that's appropriate, because I don't know if there's anything in there that's going to be harmful to the case. So I would respectfully ask the court to throw that out for now. My client has forwarded it to me, and I will act accordingly if there's a motion that needs to be filed.
All right, do you understand that, Mr. Yates?
To an extent, is there...
Sir, just listen to me for a second. I'm not saying...
All right, hold on. I want to read what Looking at Legal Stuff just said. The last case, I knew I recognized that voice, Commissioner Carmi, from so many of the Calvin's cases. Very cool. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's awesome. She's Commissioner Carmi. Yeah, sorry. Anyways, thank you so much, Looking at Legal Stuff. I missed when the judge said it. Did he just read what the filing was? What the motion was that was filed? It was a motion to dismiss due to to some kind of jurisdiction. It was a soft sit thing, and it was filed by this guy's dad. And the attorney's like, no, we're throwing that away right now. We are not doing that. And the guy's like, wait, what? So that's what I wanted to say. So this attorney saved this guy from turning to a soft sit, but this guy's dad is trying to pressure him to do it. Subject matter jurisdiction. Thank you. But and now the way that the attorney's talking to this guy, and this guy falls in line real quick, and he doesn't want to right now. But he does.
Saying we're not going to file any motions. The judge can't hear it today anyway, because whoever filed it, you or your father, did not follow the proper procedure, and the prosecutor has to get notice of it. So I would prefer to look at it, like you said, you sent it to me before we act on it. I'm not telling you I'm not going to file it, or I'm not going to take it into consideration, but you don't understand, and your father doesn't understand. I'm not trying to be rude, that sometimes filing paperwork could be harmful to your case if you don't know what you're doing and you're not a lawyer, with all due respect. Okay, so we'll look it all over and we'll talk, but I'm asking the judge to toss it for the time being. And when you send it to me, you and I and your father will talk about the plan moving forward. Okay?
Sounds good.
So, Mr.
Okay.
Yates, I think in the end, what you need to understand is, if I had to rule on this today, the motion would be denied because it was there's improper notice to the prosecutor, and if those aren't followed appropriately, then the motion gets denied. Instead, the motion's withdrawn. Once it's withdrawn, it can always be refiled if necessary. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to set this matter for examination. I'm looking at Mr. Yates's on bond, and so.
And Your Honor, Mr. Yates, due to scheduling some trials and some vacation I have up, you have the right to have an exam within 21 days. But in order for us to properly prepare, especially if you think, and we have to talk about motions being filed, we're going to need some time. So the judge is going to ask you if you're willing to waive that time period so we can properly prepare. Understood?
So what time am I waiving again? I'm sorry.
Sure.
Well,
I'm happy
go
to
ahead.
explain this to Mr. Yates.
Yeah,
and
go
you
ahead.
might have seen this already this morning, Mr. Yates. So anybody who is charged with a felony has the right to have an exam within 21 days. Now, a couple things can happen. Defendants can waive that time period, or the court could find good cause to waive the time period. But what it means, though, is that the exam just doesn't happen within the first 21 days. You could still have an exam. You could still have your motions. All those things are still on the table. You don't give up any of those things. They just don't get scheduled within the first 21 days. In order for this one to be scheduled in the first 21 days, it would have to be scheduled on August 12th, and we don't even have state law days on Monday. So that's not simply something that we can accommodate, nor frankly can your attorney. But if I were in your shoes, I would be concerned do I lose any rights to challenge this case, to bring motions, to do anything like that? You don't. In fact, you can, in essence, be better prepared, bring stronger arguments if you are given the additional time to research it and work with your attorney. And so that's what this all means. Frankly, given what I've seen, I could find good cause, but I usually check with the defendant to see if there's any specific issues or if they're willing to waive the 21 days.
Is it possible for me to get a breakout room with my attorney and discuss for a second?
So, Mr. Schwartz, are you there, Mr. Schwartz?
I'm bumping up against another court date, and I'd be happy to do that. But what I'm telling you is that if you want to do all the things that we talked about, we're going to need time to do that. That's all this is about. If you still need a break, okay?
Yep, sounds good.
Okay, thank you.
I'll keep it simple. Based on, Mr. Schwartz, based on your scheduling and the material and the additional motions that you need to consider for Mr. Yates, I find that there's good cause to waive the 21-day rule. That way, Mr. Yates, it doesn't go on him, it goes on me.
That's fine, thank you.
That's fine, Mr. Yates. I don't have a problem doing that. We'll set this for examination. I'm looking at September 13th.
Check that real quick. Is it possible to do it in the afternoon?
Yes, 1:30 p.m.
Perfect, thank you.
The only question that I had coming out all of this was the original pleadings that were sent to me indicated a Yates address in Marion, Indiana. I have an address in Randall Drive, Troy. Mr. Yates, you are in Troy right now, right?
Yeah, so the Troy address is my mother's address. I'm currently in Michigan visiting, but I was residing in Marion, Indiana to end up working, but I can stay here.
You need to stay there. If you do need to go back to Indiana, just talk to Mr. Schwartz. He'll ask because you can't leave the state without my permission. Not that you can't leave. Not that you can't leave. but just that you have to check with the court first. So if between now and September, you want to go back to Indiana, just tell Mr. Schwartz, he'll let my staff know, and then we can work that out for you, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, September 13th. Thank you, Mr. Schwartz. Good luck, Mr. Yates.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Now we're going into the last clip. Last clip of the evening.
That's what they all say.
No, this is actually the last clip. This is Judge Perkins. Judge Perkins had the entire week off. I missed Judge Perkins, so I went and I looked to see what Judge Perkins clip I had. I did find one. It's a feel-good clip. It's make you feel warm and fuzzy inside. So that's what we're gonna finish the night on. Yeah, so we're finishing the night on. And while it's playing, I'm gonna go see who we're gonna raid. So let's go.
Who we're gonna rape?
Raid.
Oh, raid. Oh, that's what raid. Okay, I heard it wrong.
Wrong R word.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Let's go back on the record with Ms. O'Donnell. Ms. O'Donnell, I've given you an opportunity to speak to counsel. Mr. Patel, can you put your appearance on the record, please?
Yes, Your Honor. J.H. Patel, P number 65385 for the defendant.
Very well. Did you have a good conversation, Ms. O'Donnell?
Yes, sir. I have a very pleasant one. To be sure, it made me feel better.
That's great. That's great. I always say, you know, I tried to ask you that. I know it's not is a difficult thing to say, but I look at sort of these EWOP tickets. I want to make sure all the time. I know in the city doesn't like to move on these tickets because sometimes you find people that are just vandalizing these buildings and taking them for scrap and stuff like that. I know that goes on a lot, but I also know that people are, you know, if I was in that particular situation, you got to find some kind of shelter, whatever kind it is. And that's why I always ask on the EWOP tickets, whether it's a situation where you're dealing with homelessness or something of that nature. So I'm glad you spoke with Ms. Harris and you were able to let her know that, because I think that Mr. Patel and his program and whoever developed it, I don't know, did you develop this program, Mr. Patel? Was this your?
Yes.
It's pretty remarkable.
It's a beautiful thing, because I was trying to start something close to that, and he even made me smile that somebody is thinking on that level.
Yeah, he's thinking on that level because, and you know, I've seen it work, and people come in and they're just overjoyed, obviously, because you know everybody needs and wants stable housing, and they're able to provide that somehow. But also like to use this quote all the time. I know Mr. Patel and everybody in the courtroom has heard me say it a million times that you know these aren't easy times for you, and I'm sure of that. You look at Dr. Martin Luther King's quote, and it talks about the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenges and controversies. And I look at that because you're probably in the most challenging time that you've ever been in your life. You know, outside of the death of a family member, close family member, things like that. You know, you know, this is kind of more challenging than that because you kind of sometimes expect those things to happen. This one, you just don't have a real movement. So this is your time to test what kind of resolve you have. And I am confident that if you persevere. I know the light might not be that bright and you probably can't see that light at the end of the tunnel right now, but I'm confident that if you persevere, you will see that light and that light will start shining brighter and brighter for you. And again, I'm glad to be able to follow Mr. Patel, even he comes in, tells him the first thing he's concerned about is not dress for court. And I tell him, no worries about that. We need to get people in housing. That's the most important thing for the court. So I'm gonna give you, is this gonna be the 180, 150 day?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm gonna mark the file Street Democracy Court. I need a 150 day for pretrial, Miss Mathis. I'm gonna wish you the best of luck. I'm gonna be praying for you. And
I accept those prayers.
Yeah, I know that you can do it. I know you can. And I think you're in good hands with some good people that are gonna offer you the kind of assistance that you need.
I believe that. The God makes no mistakes.
There you go. Very good. 50 days, please.
And I want to say, bless your year. You and Judge Kenneth King is kind of reminding me of each other. Y'all stand on business. I'm gonna have to put that on Facebook. You know, I ain't no politicker, but on this one, I politic. Y'all gonna have to put y'all names on the ballot now. Vonda Evans gone. And y'all black men standing on business. I love it. But I don't want to come to your courtroom no more for nothing.
Listen. You have to, right? I'm Bill Perkins' son and Shirley Perkins' son, and they taught me nothing but business, but they also taught me compassion, and we've also been in the kind of situation that you've been in too. So thank God I'm here now, and but for the grace of God, there goes I. So I always keep that in mind too. So I appreciate it. And I'm gonna tell Judge King that you said that too.
Listen, because you know what? My first interference with him, he said, I'm gonna tell it like I see it. And I said, you know what, from this day forward, when I see somebody else that determined, I gotta give them the best salute. Thank you for doing your job.
All right, there you go. All right, January the 6th. So this is gonna be like a New Year's present for everybody, because you're gonna come back in on January 6th. I know you are, and you're gonna have the best Christmas and the best New Year's, because you and Mr. Patel are gonna work this out, all right?
Okay, because I plan to work with him in the future with my business license, and I hope you and your family have the greatest blessed year to come.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
That's it.
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
Oh my God, that's it. Well,
what are we gonna do now?
I don't know. We could raid KCC or get drunk and fall down or check the weather and traffic. I don't know.
Weather and traffic sounds intriguing. Drunk and fall down. Nah.
Yeah,
it is Friday, maybe.
All right,
KCC. All right, it's KCC.
Yeah, let's do.
Did she start?
Let's
start
do
yet?
KCC. That don't sound right.
Has she started yet? When I checked a minute ago, she didn't start.
Well, let me see here. I got it right here, my handy dandy computer thing, and yes, she is. Oh yeah, cleavage.
Oh jeez. All right. This guy.
You can't take me anywhere.
Can't. Well, you actually can take you everywhere, because you can just like put you in your pocket,
Yeah,
or maybe if I had a satchel, you can just go in the satchel.
You need a muzzle though. Yeah. I was born with a birth defect. I had no tact or filter.
I don't think that qualifies as birth defect.
Okay. Disability?
Yeah. All right. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. We are going to rate KCC, or what Mayor says, cleavage. That's where we're going. So I want to say thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for the super chats. the membership milestones and gifted memberships. You guys are awesome. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, Noam, for hanging out with me. And,
Hey,
anytime
anytime that I'm in Ohio, I'll love to do that. Or if you come up to New Hampshire where we got good Wi-Fi.
You had to get that in there.
Yep, absolutely.
Hey, the internet's been fine tonight.
Huh?
It's been fine.
Yeah.
We haven't had one issue tonight.
Well, maybe it's because that metal plate in my head. Yeah. It works like an amplifier.
Okay, so as long as you're here, I'm gonna have good Wi-Fi. Looks like you're not leaving. All right, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. I love you all.
Let's go say hi to KCC. Until next time. Bye.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you, Patel and Ms. Harris.
You're welcome. Best of luck to you.